Chapter 18. Our Earth. Do you know name of the place where you live? With the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it is easy to forget that the human family lives on a small blue planet named Earth. All around us we see trees, animals, cars, buildings, farms, factories, stores and other natural and man-made structures. The given picture shows you the 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. The planets have different sizes. Compared to these planets, the Earth still looks very large. It is much larger, for example, than Pluto and Mercury, a few times larger than the planet Mars, and just slightly larger than the planet Venus. The Earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of air called the atmosphere. The atmosphere contains the oxygen gas which is required by all living things. The Earth also has water, which is the other basic need for life. Earth's shape. The ancients had many novel ideas about the shape of the Earth. Some people thought the Earth was hollow, to provide space for the underworld. Some thought that Earth is a square, with 4 corners. Some people believed the Earth is flat. It was later proved that the Earth is round in shape. It is slightly flat at the poles. Thousands of years ago, many sailors had proved that the Earth is round. They travelled around the Earth from a certain place and they came back to same place from where they had started. This proved that the Earth is round. Longitude and latitude. Now that we understand the shape and size of our planet, let's consider the difficult challenge of measuring and describing points thereon. How, for example, do we tell someone who lives on the other side of the Earth where another object is located? Suppose that we are in an unfamiliar land and we need to find a distant but important object that is hidden somewhere else on the Earth. The simplest method for describing locations, either on a planet or on any flat object, is to create a grid. A grid is a series of evenly spaced imaginary lines that intersect with one another at right angles. One set of lines is distributed across the globe horizontally and one set of lines is distributed vertically. Because the Earth is rotating around an imaginary axis, we can define a top and bottom. We call these ends the poles. Having a top and bottom of the Earth allow us to draw the imaginary lines that we need for our grid. These lines that extend from pole to pole are called longitudes, while the lines that circle the globe horizontally are referred as latitudes. Movements of the Earth. The Earth is always moving. It spins like a top and at the same time moves around the sun too. These 2 types of movements are called rotation and revolution respectively. Rotation. Looking at a rotating top, it appears to spin around a line passing through its center. This imaginary line is called its axis of rotation. The Earth spins in a similar way, around the axis of rotation passing through its center. This spinning movement of the Earth on its axis is called rotation. The Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. This equals 1 day and night. This side of Earth that faces the sun has day. The side of the Earth that is away from it has night. Let us try to understand the concept by doing an activity. What will we need? A torch, a globe, a darkened part of the classroom to work in. What should we do? Try to find a darker part of the classroom to work in. Now place the globe on a table. Shine the torch at the globe. Spin the globe. It normally takes 24 hours, 1 day for the Earth to complete one full spin or rotation. Look at how much part of the globe is lit and how much part of the globe is in shadow. How does this link to the parts of the Earth when it is night and day? Revolution. The Earth moves around the Sun in a fixed path called orbit. This movement of the Earth around the Sun is called revolution. It takes nearly 365 days or 1 year to complete one revolution. Revolution causes changes in the season which occur because the tilt of the Earth's axis is always the same as it circles or revolves around the Sun. Because of this, the northern hemisphere of the planet has summer, while the southern hemisphere experiences winter. There are mainly 5 seasons, namely summer, winter, monsoon, autumn and spring. Summer is the hottest time of the year and the days are long. The air is warm and dry. People like to stay indoors in the afternoons and use coolers, fans and air conditioners. In the summer, the land becomes very hot. Winds blow over the sea and pick up moisture. These bring cooling rains in the month of July and August. We call these winds the monsoons. Autumn begins in between summer and winter. The air begins to cool in autumn and leaves fall on the ground. Winter is the coldest time of the year. November, December and January are the winter months. The sun shines but it is not warm enough. Days are short and nights are long. After winter there is a short season of spring. It begins to get warmer in the month of February and March. It is neither hot nor cold. Weather and climate. Weather is a mixture of events that happen each day in our atmosphere, including temperature, rainfall and humidity. Weather is not the same everywhere. Perhaps it is hot, dry and sunny today where you live, but in other parts of the world it is cloudy, raining or even snowing. Everyday weather events are recorded and predicted by meteorologists worldwide. Climate in your place on the globe controls the weather where you live. Climate is the average weather pattern in a place over many years. Climate is the average weather usually taken over a 30-year time period for a particular region and time period. Climate is not the same as weather, but rather it is the average pattern of the weather for a particular region. Weather describes the short-term state of the atmosphere. How weather affects our lives. Our ever-changing weather in India impacts on our lives at many different levels. On a daily basis, it can affect choices we make about whether to walk or take the car, what clothes we wear, and whether outdoor events and pursuits are likely to get glorious sunshine or be rained on.